Are we good there? Almost. Oh, we're gonna sort it out. Hold on, we're seconds away, girl. I'm ready to get hype. Everybody locked on. Turn up your radios. We got some new stuff to drop. We got some vibes. And we got one of the best talents from the Caribbean right now. Right here on our Zoom. This is Hot 95.3 FM. Introducing to the world a guy that I respect a lot. He goes by the name of Ricardo Dru. Good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon, B. Can you hear me? Check.
Yes, we are sounding absolutely clear right now. Real talk.
Right.
I like that we both have on pink today. Big up to all the real men who wear pink. Yes.
Yeah.
Across the world.
Facts.
Yeah, man. It's good to have you here in company for sure. It's a different type of year for soca music.
Right.
All around, you know, it's a different time, and I don't really like to talk about the time we're going through right now in my interviews, because I feel like this is the time where people get to escape the madness for a bit. They get to listen to the artists. They get to find out a lot of the new tracks and everything. And I just want people's minds to not be super focused on the negative, and rather let's get to the positive vibes. Now, Ricardo is here. As I said, it's a different year for soca music, 2021. But the thing is, you're still bringing out the tracks, and you're keeping relevant on social media. Tell me, how has that been for you, recording, being in the studio? Are you recording from home, or do you have like a studio that you can go to, that's close, that's safe, that you can record at? What have you been doing to stay
Well, to be honest with you, to be real honest with you, you know, the difference in the year has been so helpful for me in my career. Just because I've been able to actually step back, process, kind of reset, record, experiment, do things that I've always wanted to do but didn't necessarily have time to. You understand?
Okay.
And plan things the way I want to plan things. So instead of releasing a song all the time for crop over, I can say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hold this one and release it for Halloween. Or I'm gonna hold this and I'm gonna release it for Valentine's Day, like the Toxic Love. So it's like it's giving us a time to just kind of be a little bit different, as opposed to being so seasonal. And of course, it's also giving us a time to really change how we format music, how we write music, how we deliver concepts. So, you know, I'm grateful for that time.
Okay. And also during that time, I think you got into more stuff on your social media, not just the socials like Instagram and stuff like that, but I'm seeing some content on your YouTube. Can you tell the listeners right now about this new series from Ricardo Dru?
Right. The series is called Based on a True Story. Right.
Nice.
So of
Love
course,
the name.
give time span. So of course, it's stories from me that have happened to me and my side of the story. You know, over the years, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things about me and my career, my life choices. And I've always stayed quiet because I always believe that, you know, who don't know don't need to know. So, you know, you assume what you assume.
Fair enough.
But sometimes you have to defend your reputation, because reputation is all that you have.
True.
You understand? So I decided when everything went on lockdown, I decided to myself that, you know, there were certain things that I wanted to speak about and give my perspective of that episode or of that situation that would have happened. So we came up with based on a true story where we just told the truth. We brought in some friends, some artist friends that may have been included, some of my personal friends that may have been included in situations, and just told it the way it was. And it just so happens that people appreciated the realness of it. People appreciated the fact that,
Yeah.
well, they considered me to be a certain way, and they didn't know that I would be going through some of the same things that they're going through. So it was a win-win for everybody.
So it's a way now that you're connecting with your audience on a different level, on a personal level, and on a
Correct,
relatable level as well. It's called
correct,
Based on a Drew Story. You can go check it
correct.
out on YouTube. What's your YouTube handle for those who don't know?
My Team Drew. So it's youtube.com/Team Drew. You can check me out there.
All right. This man has been in soca music for a while though. Like how many years would you say if you count this year as one of the years, how many years
Mhm.
would you have been in the music industry? Not just soca, but predominantly the soca vibe.
We're in 21 now, so
Yep.
I would say about 14 years professionally. 14
14
years
years.
professional. Yeah,
Okay, so that means if we go into 2022, we can look for something real special on that 15th year anniversary.
correct, correct.
All right.
N-
Ricardo Dru, man, he's not sleeping. He's been on the ball doing his thing. And a lot of people actually think, and this is in Barbados. I could be wrong
mm,
anywhere else, but a lot of people think that you're actually from Trinidad, that you were born and raised in Trinidad. Is
right.
is that true?
Well, to be honest with you, man, that comes from, I guess, the way that I speak.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised in Trinidad. However, I was born in Antigua and Barbuda, so I represent Antigua fully.
Yes.
I do not discredit what has been given to me from being raised in Trinidad, though. You understand?
Okay.
So, when it comes to what I represent, of course, I represent the flag of Antigua, but I also show my love and appreciation to Trinidad for
Yes.
everything that the country has done.
All righty then. Well, big up yourself and big up to all the Antiguans locked on right now. The man does represent though. I mean, you've had some hits. You've had some hits like Vagabond. You had
Right,
Professional. Those were
right.
crazy in Trinidad, especially. And I
Yeah,
mean, coming from a whole other island and coming to Trinidad and being accepted like that. How does it
right.
feel to be in one of the head places for soca music and still being at the top of your game and staying relevant, and you're also doing things for other artists too? How does that feel?
Humbling, man. Sometimes like as a kid, I used to watch artists like Ronnie McIntosh, Ed Yearwood, Portugal, Marshall Montano. I used to watch these artists in this art form, and I used to
Yeah.
say to myself, one day I would like to be, like that. I'd like to be so consistent. I'd like to be doing things from a country, changing narrative, changing, how things go, the art form, helping artists.
Yeah.
And in 2015, when I got my opportunity with Vagabond, I decided, what, I was just gonna pick it up and run as fast as I can. So in 2009, when I started,
Yeah.
I would have failed in 2009. And I would not fail, but I didn't get where I wanted to go in 2009, 10,
Gotcha.
11, 12, 13, 14. But
Seriously?
through all those years, I was already planning. Like I had plans. So like I knew what I wanted to do if I was successful the way I wanted to be successful. So
Yes.
when it hit in 2015 now, I already had about 5 or 6 years of plans that I wanted to do that were just backing up. It was like backlog. So
Yeah.
when 2015 hit, 2016 hit, 2017 hit, I had already had these plans of execution, what I wanted to do, in case, there comes a year where I didn't have a successful record like I would have had Professional or Vagabond. And there were years. So I put myself in a position where I could just do that, help my artist friends, help the younger ones, try and keep the name as relevant as possible, try to stay as consistent as possible. So that was the plan.
Crazy man, and is staying at the top of his game. He had 6 years worth of plans, and once he got that hit, it was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do the things we said we were going to do 5 and 6
Facts.
years ago. But
Facts.
yo, Ricardo Dru, I really respect the craft and the level that you're at right now. Still
Appreciate
remaining
it, brother.
humble. You're pushing some big tunes out for this year. I mean, it's 2021. We didn't even have Carnival. Like all now, I real cruel. The tobacco hitting me. Some
Yeah,
days I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to cry. Ricardo, it's not normal, B. It doesn't feel real sometimes. But I
Facts.
admire that even through this all, the artists can come and say, well, you know what? Let me give my fans the music. Let me give my fans the visuals. And we're going to get to
Right.
Toxic Love real soon. But I wanted to
Hmm.
talk about the track I'm playing in the background. It's called Jumbie Walk. And
Right.
I think this is a collaboration with
And Thunder, Natty Thunder and Dash
Natty
from
and Thunder.
Grenada.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, you actually wrote for Natty and Thunder before, right?
Well, not necessarily right, but Natty Thunder and I did a collaboration before, where we collaborated on a song called "The Teacher," which would have been in 2019.
Okay.
That we released the Trinidad on.
All right. So how does it feel then coming from then? And since then, y'all haven't done a collaboration?
No, this would be the only one since then.
So this is the only one since then. How do you feel then that about this particular song? What was the vibe when you all got in the studio? Were you all together or was it recorded separately? What was happening?
Right. So this song, I had this song since 2016. Right. So this song was recorded and written everything since 2016. We actually called the song "Walking Dead." And when everything went on lockdown, I
Uh-huh.
I I went to revisit some of the songs that I would have had, in the file cabinet, and I said to myself, I wanna take this song and I just wanna add some elements to it. I wanna add some rough elements to it, and the dance for me it felt, even though Antigua likes these kind of things, it also felt kind of Grenada-ish. So I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
let me reach out to Natty and Thunder. If I sent them the song today, they sent me back vocals the day after.
Whoa.
It was that quick. They were that into it.
Yeah.
And then we decided. Now this was in June of 2024. And I said to them, I said, guys, instead of releasing this next month, let's hold it back and let's release it on Halloween. Let's get everything geared up.
Uh-huh.
Put you guys in the animation video. If you haven't seen the animation video, people go check it out on my YouTube as
It's
well.
crazy.
And we decided we're going to put it out on Halloween, and it was successful for us. It actually turned out to be one of the biggest things around that time in Grenada. And I must say thank you to the entire Grenada family. Thank you to you guys for supporting it, and of course, Nat, Thunder, and Dash.
Yes, and when we hear these kind of songs, I know it came out in 2020, but
Mhm.
technically, it's it's still 2021 soca music. It like we
Right,
label it as that, as the DJs, as the entertainers. It's
right.
like, all right, this is 2021, even though it came out in 2020, and plus we didn't get to party to the tune yet,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
want to. Big up to my Miami crew who's locked on right now. They're having an exceptional time. are,
Oh
are,
my gosh.
listen, are you planning on going to Miami anytime soon?
Actually, yes. We're planning to make a trip out there very soon. I can't really tell you how soon, but we have a couple things that sure.
Yeah, man. They've been
We
having
can't
it
miss the madness. We can't miss the madness. We gotta be safe, but we can't miss the madness.
for sure. It's been an incredible time in Miami. This one though, I know it will tear up the place. So I want you to introduce it to Barbados and the world if they didn't hear already. Introduce the tune and we bust it here once again.
Yo, 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 people, if you're listening right now, this is one of my tracks for 2021. It's called Jumbie Walk featuring Little Natty Thunder and Dash on Hot 95.3.
Let we go, let we go, let we go, let we go.
Then the DJ.
Hear tune, right? People, catch your move, catch your move, catch your move. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I tell you, boy, this gonna tear up the place. Mr. Dru, forgive my behavior. They call me the Zenergizer. Hold on. Everybody has to learn this dance. Go and check it out on YouTube right now. Learn the things some MJ moves here. I feel like I could moonwalk to this, Ricardo. Somebody do a moonwalk. Everybody is called Jumbie Walk. Start the dance. Move again. Go, go. I'm not gonna lie, I miss Carnival so much. Every day I think about it. If you're locked on, say.
And right now it's all about Zen. I always say Zen, you're large. Right?
Somebody send the man some love right now. We got some brand new music to drop for you. If you're now tuning in, welcome inside the vibes with Zen and Ricardo Dru. Now, I want to ask about that song right there because it's a song for the times. It's one that catched on just at the right time. And I realize you're a guy that pays attention to seasons and times. Like you spoke earlier about dropping a tune on Halloween. That was like perfect timing. So it was like bang. And then it's like, all right, you got this other one. It's Homesick. We're going through a pandemic. Everything, bang, it fits right there. And then there's another one that fits the time that we're going to talk about soon. But you pay a lot of attention to that type of thing, man. I respect that for sure. Tell me about Homesick. Where did you record it at the time?
Okay, so Homesick is another situation like Jumbie Walk. It was recorded in 2016. And I didn't know when to release it. Like, so we had it sitting on it in 2016 and said to ourselves, now is not the right time. Wanted to release it in 2017, didn't feel right either. 2018, 2019, it just didn't feel right. And then one day, now I can't give myself credit for this. One day, my management, Dollar Sham for Rhythm, picked up the phone and he calls me, and it was May or April, and he said, "I think now is the time to drop Homesick, bro." And I was like you know the emoji with the explosion in the head. I was like, wow. So I was like, you know what, you're right. So I called over my brethren, Nikolai Green, who is NMG, the production company.
Yeah.
And we just took some of the vocals, changed up a little bit of lyrics, and made it a little bit different. So one day, me and Patrice are sitting down outside, we having a games night. And Patrice goes, "I fed up. I want to sing in somebody fed." And I was like, hey, I'm stealing that. Like, you know, you can't use it. You can't use it. I got it. So
all right.
put it in there, and the rest was history, man.
That is crazy though. Like how y'all come up with some of these songs. When I hear the backstory, it's be like, seriously, this is how this happened. The man said, for those now tuning in, he had this song from since 2016. That's like years ago. It's like saying, okay, you know what? Not this year, and then just at the perfect time, just at that one moment, it's like bang, hit there again.
Yeah, boy, that's blessings.
One thing about Ricardo, boy, the man knows about something called divine timing. That's what I call it. Divine timing. As long as you can master that, you can master a lot of things in your life. But we got a lot to talk about, man. I mean, there's so many events that would have been happening, things like Uber Soca. Have you ever been to an Uber Soca?
Yeah, every year since it started.
Every year since it started.
Every year.
How is that experience though? Being on a ship in the middle of the ocean with all these Caribbean people and those from overseas as well. Like, how does that feel?
Awesome, bro. You know, I don't ever look at this as work. I actually look at it as an opportunity to just relax, kind of connect with some people, you know, shake hands, smile, you know, let people show people a different side of you. And for me, it's always been that we go on the boat for what I think it's 4 or 5 days. We work out of that 4 or 5 days. We work once, and then the rest is just in the experience. So you know, it's just great. I love it.
So you kind of would like to be on Uber Soca right now, if you could.
What do you mean? I was sad when we couldn't do it last year.
Jeez, on. So if you could like change the world right now, Drew. You see how like easy in there?
I see it. Like, arguments, blah 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 blah.
Hey, I had to ease it in there. If you had to change the world right now, though, one thing you would do. What would you do to change the world?
Man,
one thing.
There's so much that I would do, but I can't answer that question, man. There's not one thing.
There's not one. It's too many things.
It's too many things, man.
Okay.
You know, I would love so much more love in this world. I'd love to end racism, dog. I'd love suppression, the oppression. You know, the fact that there's so many wicked people that would want to create a disease out there to kill people, and it's not once, not twice, but several times. I would change all of that, bro.
Big up to Ricardo Dru. That's what I wanted to hear, an answer like that. Something in detail. The man didn't give you one, but he gave you many. So I'm going to release this tune right here. It's a collaboration with none other than Private Ryan, I believe. And who else is on the track?
We have a brethren of mine out of Antigua. He goes by the name of Drastic, and this is actually my daughter's premiere. This is the first time she's been on a track. It's Lily.
Oh my goodness. Big up to your daughter, by the way. The man has given his daughter now a chance to shine in the music industry from such a tender age. This is beautiful. Yeah. Ricardo, don't let me cry now. Let me play this tune for the people. It is called Change the World in association with Private Ryan.
If I could change the world, there'd be no hatred in me. Show love for real, make it in me. If I could change the world, there'd be no waste, no calling. There'd be more.
I like Drew's voice on this so bad.
It would be somewhere out here. There'd be no 9 to 5 here. If I could change the world, that's me.
Let me let the people hear some lyrics. Hold on. hear that note? That's my favorite part, bro. It's like, Drew, you see that note? I promise no
Yeah,
one will never go hungry. That is
yeah,
that is some vibes right there, though. I love how
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you could change tones. You're learning some new parts of your range that I haven't heard
Right,
before. Do you do a
right.
vocal training?
I do not. But
What?
I would have spent a good chunk of my life
Uh-huh.
doing, music courses and stuff like that when I was younger.
Oh,
So, in order to challenge the voice, I kind of just went back to some of the techniques that I learned back.
all right. Big up yourself, man. I'm loving the vibe. I think the people have to catch this one because it's a very special tune. You know, this and
Yes.
the next one I'm gonna play after this one. So let me let them listen. All right.
All
All
right.
right. All right.
It would be somewhere out here. There'll be no 9 to 5 here. You got to change the world. That's me.
Big up to Drastic in Antigua only time.
Real change is a good luck. We never need no money or a bank book. I wanna walk in a store and get whatever I want, whenever I want. I promise nobody will ever go hungry. Not around me. No way. I say every day would be a high day. We party like a Friday. And if a girl give you wine, well you must take a wine. If you don't, there's a crime day. Unless you have a man, there would be no racism, hatred or suppression. There'd be no form of depression. Not in my world. If I could change the world.
Yo, this tune is do something to me.
Yo, this your boy Ricardo Dru, and right now it's all about Zen. I always say Zen, you're large. Alright? When Zen don't play enough it, I start feeling sick. Yo, the largest, the baddest Zen. It's true.
They're just some songs, man, that really touch your soul. That was one of them just now. Change the world with a different type of vibe. Soca music is usually about the party atmosphere. It's about the jump up, and enjoying
Right.
yourself. But as you were saying a bit earlier, this has given you time to kind of tap into other things, and you've gotten to the point where you can say, you know what? Let me sing a song like this that isn't so party focused, but it's still soca music infused with other
Right.
things. It's still vibes. And this
Right.
is another one I like a lot. It's called Lift Me Up. Tell
Right.
me about this track. Big up to Crown Prince for sure.
Yeah, man, for sure. Big up to Crown Prince. Now, when I was doing my Based on My Drew Story series, season 1,
Yeah.
Prince called me out of the blue and he's like, dog, I have a song that I think will fit what you're doing right now. Your honesty, your truth. And he said,
Yeah.
that's what I want out of you. I want your truth. So I was like, all right, cool. Now he sent
Yeah.
me the song, bro. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was so deep that I wasn't sure if I could handle putting my truth on a record because it could have been stuff I went through with my kids, with my grandmother, with my grandfather.
Real talk.
And he was like, you know what, man, maybe that's what people want to hear from you. So, the song was already done by him and King Bliss out of St. Martin. And they said they just wanted me to come in and well, let's add some flair for us. And I was like, all right, cool, no problem. And after a month of trying, bro, I finally decided, you know what, I'm just going to let loose. So I put this together and put it out. And it's been so cool to see how many people will, reach out to you and say, man, I'm going through the same thing. I went through this as a kid, even Preedy and I, we now started to get close as friends.
Real talk.
And, he was explaining to me, what he went through with his dad. And it's just crazy, So just trying to change the world with music, bro.
That's really something. I just got goosebumps when you said that because I felt the realness and the genuine vibe in what you're saying. And it speaks through the music. So I want to introduce the world to this one here before we get to the final tune of the day. All right, because we're dropping some 2021 flavor. This one is very, very special for those locked on. This may be a song that's going to get you through something today. It may be the song that's going to motivate you to get up and go and work out this evening.
Right.
It may be that tune that makes you fall in love with the world just a little bit more, in love with nature, reality, the things that we go through. Ricardo, let the people know the name of this one once again.
Alright, yo, people, this tune is called Lift Me Up, featuring Crown Prince and King Bruce. Your show. Boom.
I don't need to say anymore. Just taking the track. Get ready for some reality music. I call it go.
I've been down for a minute. I've been out for a while. Think I'm about to reach my limits. It's getting really hard to smile. Situations got me feeling bleak. Pressure mounting up, I can't lie. Some days I don't even want to speak. These emotions got me running wild. See, I've been on this road for so long. It's getting way too heavy for me to carry on. Now I'm just 2 shots away from busting right. 1 sound away from getting 1 hit. 2 ways to go, which way do I run? Father, please help me.
Say,
Lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up.
I had to pull it up because when I talk about reality music, this is reality tune, bro. Like,
Yeah.
this touches
sounds
your
fun.
soul. The music is so real, it's so genuine. And as he said, he kind of held back on the tune, but he said, let me just go in hard. Let me just give it my all and express myself on this tune. Yo, Ricardo,
right.
big up yourself once again, man. Let's bump to it. We're almost there.
Pressure mounting up, I can't lie. Some days I don't even want to speak. These emotions got me running wild. See, I've been on this road for so long. It's getting way too heavy for me to carry on. Now I'm just 2 shots away from busting right. 1 sound away from getting 1 hit. 2 ways to go, which way do I run? Father, please help me with this. Lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up.
Listen, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. You can do anything you put your mind to, cuz.
True story about an innocent child never asked to be here. Abuse, pain, drugs, fear. And mommy and daddy wasn't there.
No, boy. No. No. Reality music, hashtag. You want to catch the wave? One more time, Drew.
I've been down for a minute. I've been out for a while. Think I'm about to reach my limits. It's getting really hard to smile. Situations got me feeling bleak. Pressure mounting up, I can't lie. Some days I don't even want to speak. These emotions got me
2 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock.
on this road for so long. It's getting way too heavy for me to carry.
In the final hour of Sound TRICITY.
1 sound away from getting 1 hit. 2 ways to go, which way do I run? Father, please help me with this. Lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up.
Taking the lyrics of the verse coming up.
Don't let me down.
Let me tell you a true story about an innocent child never asked to be here. Abuse, pain, drugs, fear. And mommy and daddy wasn't there. Moving from house to house, street to street, block to block, beat to beat, man. They didn't care about my journey. Matter of fact, I'm never so I do what I do. Flex how I flex, move how I move. Don't care what's next. They keep on asking, Drew, why don't you smile? I've been listening since I was a child. Now I'm a
I think y'all have learned the chorus, so sing along with me.
Please lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up. Please don't let me down. Father, lift me up.
I think every listener locked on needed that just now, some upliftment, some vibes to their day. We love y'all so much. That's coming from me and Ricardo Dru. We're happy to give you that vibe there just now. Yeah, we just went in a sentimental mood there. Yo, Ricardo, thank you so much for coming through, man. It's honestly been a pleasure having you here. We have one more track to go. Big yell to the daughter who's also there
Yeah.
with my
Yeah,
guy.
big up Lily.
He's trying to, he's trying to keep everything under control. But you know how children are sometimes. Don't worry,
Yeah.
we love the
But
children
thanks for
in
the invite, bro.
Barbados. Yeah, we
Thanks for
love.
the invites. I appreciate you.
Yes, it's all blessed, man. But this track right here is a special one as well. We got
Mm-hmm.
sentimental. We went into Change the World. You had to Lift Me Up. We went
Mm-hmm.
into the Zombie Walk, which is more of a PSC type of tune from you. And then you
Right.
got the Homesick as well,
Right.
which is a song to our hearts. Everybody who has the
Mm-hmm.
Carnival tobacco right now. This song that's coming up is even more special because a lot of people are talking about your music video, which came
Right.
out, I think it was on Valentine's Day as well, right?
Correct.
Divine timing again, the man with divine timing. He comes on Valentine's Day and he drops this song called Toxic Love. Now,
Right.
the word toxic is something I feel like a lot of the younger type audience, they're using this word now as part of their lingo in a lot of
Right.
things, not just
Facts.
relationships.
Facts.
So it's like even just the word toxic, they kind of gravitate to the song automatically. But
Right.
I actually went and I checked out this. Let me type it in so that we could all hear this for myself. I actually went and I typed in what is a toxic relationship, right? Or what
Right.
is toxic love? Hold on. What is a toxic relationship? What I saw was insane, bro. I could not believe it.
Right.
Here we go. So somebody actually has a definition for this. A toxic
Mm.
relationship is any relationship between two people who don't support each other, where there's conflict and one seeks to undermine the other, where
Right.
there's competition. Hold up. Let me get to this properly. Right. Let me read that one more time. Toxic relationship or toxic love is any relationship
Mm.
between two people who don't support each other, where there's conflict and one seeks to undermine the other, where there's competition, where there's disrespect and a lack of cohesiveness. Now, this
Right.
this this is somebody's definition in Time magazine. I
Right.
honestly think it's a bit twisted. It's not fully there. Something is missing from this definition. I think
Right.
toxic love has the part where I'm not seeing it there, but there's the part where y'all can't get over each other. Yes, there
Facts.
may be the uh, conflict and there may be the undermining thing going on sometimes, but I feel like the essential part of the toxic relationship is that no matter what, you still come back together. What's a
Facts.
toxic relationship for you, though, Ricardo? I don't know if you can
Um.
talk about this. Oh, yes, you can.
My interpretation of what a toxic relationship is
Mhm.
people that a rough relationship, people that can't see eye to eye, can't really agree. There's just always fights, there's always battles, there's always, as the person rightly said, competition. There's some kind of undermining. It's a situation where sometimes you know you're wrong, but you just won't admit that you're wrong because you don't want the other person to have that upper hand on
Yeah.
and lack of support, lack of love. And it always seems like the things that shouldn't matter the most in a relationship matter, like sex and those kind of indulgence.
Yeah.
That's my interpretation of what a toxic relationship is.
All righty then. And then you came all of a sudden on Valentine's Day and dropped this
Mhm.
major record with a music video with a very special person in the industry. For those who
Right.
do not know or do not understand, help them to understand because they were watching the video. These are my people, by the way, my audience. They were
Mhm.
watching the video and then they were saying, but wait, this look very genuine and real. Like, how comes them so comfortable? Like, what is this? What is it with Patrice and Ricardo Dru? That's what they're asking
Mhm.
me. But I
Right.
mean, you can tell me. You can tell them.
Right. Well, of course, Patrice and I are an item. And we share a beautiful daughter together, and just working on a life and trying to make life as perfect as possible in
Mhm.
this imperfect world. Um,
Oh.
you see, but you see, the reason why this song came about is because there's been so many opinions, there's been so many judgments on what our relationship is supposed to be. You know, so we've had some good times, we've had
Yeah.
some bad times, we've had some
Yes.
times that are just in between. But what relationship hasn't? You understand? And because people have had these opinions, this is where the song came. So we're not saying in this song that we are toxic. What we're saying is the opinions of others are
Yeah.
that we are toxic. And if they want to force their opinions on us, then we WDGF, we don't care.
Yeah.
That's your opinion.
Okay, you're saying that. You know what? If you're saying that, say what you're gonna say then. If you say this is a
Exactly.
toxic love, it is. We are, and we happy. We happy and we toxic relationship. Now, for those who didn't hear just now, Ricardo just said that him and Patrice Roberts, they have a child together. Actually, I think she's there with Ricardo as we speak. I heard
That's right.
her cute voice just now, and they have a child together. So I mean, if you didn't know, now you know. And yes, if you were wondering why they were so comfortable in that music video, is because, according to him, they are an item. I like how you put it though. But this song is tearing up the world right now. It's still catching wave. You know, there's some
Right.
songs that, like, okay, you drop it, there's the spark, and then the spark just dies out
Yeah.
really quickly. Not
Right.
with this though. This one just catching wave
Yeah.
and wave and wave, and the wave is just getting bigger. Toxic love,
I
man.
must say,
I want the people, because this is the final tune. So we got to put the most energy, the most love into this one. Introduce the world to this collaboration with one of the biggest soca artists, Patrice Roberts. Ricardo Dru,
Right.
another man who has been doing his thing, who has also written songs for the likes of Patrice Roberts, or co-written somewhere down in there. Yes, but but the point is, he has a track with this lady. They actually have a child together, if you didn't know. And this is a very special song. You can go check out the official video on YouTube at
Team Drew.
Team.
TEAMDRUE.
Okay, you can go check that out on YouTube. Let's introduce the world to this one. Ricardo Dru, talk to me.
All right, people of Barbados that's tuning right now. Listen, if you ever had a relationship that's been judged, if you have ever had opinions that are not necessary, if you ever had people say things about you and your significant other that you just don't care about, this song is for you. Toxic Love featuring yours truly and Queen Patsy, one of the queens, because I know you guys have a couple queens up there too.
Big up to Patsy for sure. Anyway, you're there, Ricardo Dru. This is a big one. Toxic Love. Oh gosh, let me take my girl and run. Let me take my girl and run. You like to watch your relationship stuff? I feel them know what's going on. They don't know.
Everybody has a time, and everybody has a choice. Baby, I choose you. Yeah, cause you're crazy, match my crazy. You're my Beyonce, and I'm your Jay-Z. You know what, I'm so mad at you. 1 minute I cast on you, next minute that is bad. Block you, just the one block you. And ask you how was it.
Ricardo, I want you to go check the views right now on the video, because when I come back to you, I want you to tell the people how many views y'all are at currently.
All right, no problem.
Well, we'd like to say thank you to Ricardo Dru for giving us his time today. Let him know, though, I hope you checked it out. The views right now on this song on YouTube are at what?
Right, so I just checked it. It is at about 408, 409 around there. Thousand. We released it about 2 weeks ago, so And if in the first day of its release, it went to 100,000 first.
Yes.
And that was the fastest growing record I have had in my career. So of course I want to say big up to everybody that's watched the video. And of course I want to give big shout outs to my queen Patsy. Because at the end of the day, it wouldn't have been possible without her too. So big love to her.
All right, big up to Patrice Roberts, and big up to you, man. This is a major record right here, 400K already, and it's moving up. Let's just say it right now. Today is what? Today is the 4th of March. I'm going to say it right now, hashtag road to 1 million. Yes? Yes? We got a deal?
Yeah.
All right, we got a deal. Road to 1 million. Thank you so much for coming here on Hot 95, and we'll talk again real soon, my brother.
I appreciate you, appreciate the invite, and of course, big up to everybody, all my people in Barbados. I love you all, man. Big up. Much love, guys.
It's been real. Much love, family. Thank you so much.
All right.
Ricardo Dru. Live on Hot 95. Man, oh man. Shoot again.